with the help of AI, what are the real life changes that have come across since you have started using it?
Looking at how AI has evolved now, I think it's just amazing. It's just unbelievable. If I really want to build something right now just to test the market, also to experiment and ship fast, I don't now need to depend on my engineer that, hey, please do this code. And, the please word is something which a lot of PMs used to tell before.
Someone who is into the non-tech domain, how can AI be truly beneficial for them?
So my dad is 59 years old. He has to do an email for an IPO or for stocks or anything. He used to be dependent on me or my siblings. And now I see the way he uses ChatGPT. ChatGPT is his favorite child now.
What are those kind of advantages and disadvantages, or you can say challenges, for a software engineer in the age of AI? Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to the second episode of Unscripted at YCS. Thanks for all the love you have given us for the first video. As we continue to discuss on new ideas, innovations, and challenges, today we are going to discuss something very special, something that's impacting global organizations, global workforce, and almost all professionals working across the globe. And that is how AI is changing products, careers, and companies. And to discuss this, I'm really excited to host someone who brings in a rich amount of product thinking as well as AI experience. Joining us today is Karma Gandhi. Karma joined us almost 2 years back at YCS. Karma comes in with a rich amount of experience in product building as well as working for big brands, including Make My Trip. He is an alumni for Indian School of Business, and today we are going to have some real life raw AI conversations with the one who have did a lot many experiences and who have got a lot many exposures using AI. So let's begin the conversation. So, Karma, AI is no more a technology conversation anymore. It is all about productivity, efficiency, workforce, and in fact, how an organization will be operating moving forward. So, as a product guy, I want to understand with the help of AI, what are the real life changes that have come across since you have started using it?
So let's go like 2 or 3 years back, right? When I used to work, I was just fresh out of college, done my MBA, and we used to write emails, we used to write documents, we used to write PRDs. So basically, product requirements, we used to frame everything. And all these things took a lot of amount of time for us. And to be very honest, I was a very junior resource at that time, and for me, the main role was to write good PRDs and get it executed. The decision making is something which I was not doing. And now, since Claude has adopted a lot, you see ChatGPT and others. I think all that materialistic thing, repetitive thing about writing PRDs, writing emails is all gone. So I have now Claude Skills made, which drafts email replies for me, which drafts a PRD for me, and that is very seamless. It's not something that it's very tough, or because I'm into product, I had the product here, so I am able to do it. I think a small layman, if they understand English, or even if they don't understand, but they know how to convey things in the right manner, they can get the job done. So looking at how AI has evolved now, I think it's just amazing. It's just unbelievable. 2 years back, I might not be able to even imagine that our lives will be such AI native. So I think AI native is what I mean, and I think that is the future. So still a long way to go, but again, the way things have shaped up in the last 6 odd months, I think it's exceptional.
Interesting. I think AI is truly giving a boost to the individuals. But something you were telling, and I was trying to figure out when I talk to people across, what I think is this is still considered as a tech person's game, right? So I want to understand someone who is into the non-tech domain. How can AI be truly beneficial for them? Maybe one or two examples that you can share that anyone across any other department other than software engineering, because of course it's kind of mandatory for you people now, but someone who is not from the engineering or tech background can leverage the use of AI.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one. So let's let's not talk about our company. Let's talk about in general. So my dad is 59 years old, and previously, if he studied in Gujarati medium. So if he wanted to draft a message or he has to do an email for an IPO or for stocks or anything, he used to be dependent on me or my siblings. And now I see the way he uses ChatGPT. I mean, ChatGPT is his favorite child now. So, I mean, what I see is that if he can do it, uh, tech is nothing like, right? So, if we consider that AI is someone who is into tech, is leveraging AI, I think it is the biggest myth in this century. So, now let's talk about each and every department. So if we talk about our sales at YCS, so previously we had to keep a lead development representative. An LDR goes to calls a certain leads which we get through marketing, and first of all he qualifies what all things how the hotel is, how big the hotel is, what are the number of rooms, area, and everything. Now all that things is being automated through AI. So we use tools like Retail AI and others, wherein the first call happens through AI. So the previously agent used to, I mean the LDR used to spend a minimum of 15-20 odd minutes per lead on first of all calling and trying to get the right POC, then convincing them, then pitching them about YCS products and how it can be helpful, and then eventually setting a demo for them over a Google Meet. Now, this entire process, a lot of our sales team has kind of made it automated. So, the first call now happens through AI, and only the qualified warm leads now goes to a human whose job now is to do a demo over a call and get close the lead. So the kind of AI leverage even sales team being in non-tech can do is amazing. If you talk about marketing, uh, I mean, each and every company has to do performance marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, and a lot of events marketing. So for social media marketing, I mean, a lot of companies obviously post about festivals and greets people about them, right? Our company has automated this. So we have identified not just in India what are the festivals, but across the globe as we are a global company. So let's say in Thailand there is a festival. So we don't have to think that okay, what all festivals will come in Thailand and we need to post for it. AI does it for us. We have automated this entire thing, and the post also happens. It is being scheduled by AI. What we have done is we have kept a human review just for to understand whether whatever is going is in the right direction or not. If I talk about some other department like support, so previously, even if I get an email that hey, where I mean, not talking about YCS, but in general, let's say you are from an OTA and people, I mean, the users are very fragile, right? They ask very simple questions and very silly questions as well. That hey, where is my hotel? They used to call the customer support team and they used to do it. And a lot of complex and very simple questions they used to ask. Now, if I see that if you call an OTA and you ask about, hey, where is the location? Or a very simple question like, is my booking confirmed or not? all that thing is being answered by AI.
True. I think many of those questions are even being kind of did on a trial basis to check whether it's working properly or not. So I think I agree with you. Kind of leverage that we as an organization and rest of the companies are taking up. I think it's the future, and good to see the adoption and the kind of efficiency boost we are getting through AI. So, Karma, I want to ask one interesting question, and that is, can you give me one real example of something that AI have solved for you in the very recent time that maybe you think with the help of not using AI, you would have taken significantly longer time to get it done?
So, right after my engineering, I joined an IT company. I was doing coding, and then I thought that business is something which I really wanted to do, and really wanted to get into a business role, and hence I moved to product roles and things like that. So now, if I see, I don't code. If I want, obviously I can because I have studied BTech in IT and stuff like that, right? But if I really want to build something right now just to test the market, how and also to experiment and ship fast, I don't now need to depend on my engineer that, hey, please do this code. And, I mean, the please word is something which a lot of PMs used to tell before. Now, I don't need them. I mean, obviously, we need engineers, but just to build a small product and test it, I think I can do it in a very small amount of time. So to give you an example, one of the requirement was to kind of build a tool which can resize images in different formats because our partners like our OTA partners like Expedia, Booking.com, Airbnb and others, for a hotel to onboard onto these platforms, the onboarding team has to upload photos in a particular format. So obviously through tech, if I do it, we can obviously do it, but we don't have that much product bandwidth or tech bandwidth. And this is something which will come to our P3, not even P2 or P1. So if I look at the entire product roadmap, I would never pick it right now. Obviously, it is solving some problem, but I have resources on ground who can do it manually, who can resize images through certain tools. But I just wanted to do a fun project. So I just took it in just 30 minutes of time. I built a tool, I hosted it on a public server, and I gave it to that onboarding team. And they are now able to use it and they are very much happy. I mean, the kind of feedback that I've got to them that, our time, I mean, is currently saved by like 5x lesser time we take now.
My goodness. And how much time did you spend to like kind of build this?
This was my first time, to be very honest, to understand how AI, Claude, and how vibe coding works.
Correct.
So it took me 30 minutes, and that too because I was very new. So I didn't really reform my prompts in such a manner and execute it in such a manner that it could have saved even lesser amount of time and also tokens.
But this is interesting. Like you spend 30 minutes to build something and it's now saving 5x time for the hotels. Interesting, interesting. This is going crazy. Maybe a follow up question to what you were sharing. You told that being a PM, it was very kind of difficult for you to get things done from the team. And now, with the help of AI, things are moving even faster. Maybe that dependency layer is somewhere dissolving. So, let me ask a question from the software engineer's POV. So what are those kind of advantages and disadvantages, or you can say challenges, for a software engineer in the age of AI?
Are you mentioning that other jobs in danger?
Kind of. Being an HR, I cannot openly ask you.
No, so to be honest, I think jobs are safe.
Yeah.
By safe, I mean that if you are AI native, if you're an AI native engineer, your job is 100% safe. So I think that there was a thin layer between a PM, a software engineer. So as a PM, I didn't have that power that I mean, language was a barrier, right? So if I want to code, I know the logic, but I cannot write in that particular language syntax. So now that is gone. And your question was on what are the advantages of AI for a software engineer? I think it's crazy. So if a normal engineer who used to take around 2 days to complete a task, now through AI they can complete it in, like, let's say maybe 2 or 3 hours or even less. So at YCS, what we have done is we have built inbound agents. We have trained them. We've given a code base, and basically those agents are now able to fix bugs and issues with around 90-95% accuracy. And we are moving into that direction wherein even the enhancements, we are able to ship it in like 6 to 7x lesser amount of time. So now the role is not that as an engineer I will want to code things. My role will be now to do a human review and to give a better prompt. If I'm able to explain AI that, boss, this is how I want things to be, and this is my clear cut requirement, AI will do its job much better than what humans can do. But obviously, I need a human review to understand whether they're doing it in the right manner or not. But I think that is also time to tell that this will also soon fade away. So in the near future, I think human review will also not be required to a great extent. And your second question was on what are the disadvantages. I think if I want to, if I talk about like engineering and in general about a person, if I want to do a mental math, like what is the in simple interest, or let's say a simple math like what is 300 plus 930 plus 20. Previously, we people used to count on hands. Then they used to do mental maths, Vedic maths, aloha and stuff like that. And now what folks do is they just use AI. Whatever that they have in their mind, they just type in it. They get the answer, and boom, that's it. But this has a negative side to it as well. Now I don't train my mind to think, and that mental exercise is what I need to grow as an individual as well. That is missing now. So if I or a individual is completely dependent on I think that piece of mind which has to be grown is not there. So in terms of engineers, the disadvantage is if they are completely dependent on I think they will not be able to upskill themselves in terms of what are the new languages that are coming, how to approach a particular problem. So if I get a problem statement from a PM that I want to develop X thing in a Y thing, I should not go to Claude or Chat GPT and just give that same thing to Claude or Chat GPT. If I give, then the whole era of the skill that I have, of the thinking skill, is something that won't be there. So I would recommend anyone that first you think on yourself, and then you go to AI to understand and to broaden your horizon. And it's a great enabler, but it should not be the one who is making all the decisions.
I second your thought, Karma. I agree. I have a very interesting question for you. But before that, for the folks, young folks who are watching us, what is your maybe one or two message you want to pass them? They may be at the initial stage of their engineering career. They may be working for any companies as a software engineer, SDE. So, what's your kind of suggestion or wisdom to them?
So if I were 22 and fresh out of college and I join a small, big, or whatever the size of the company is, number one thing is be always very much curious. If you are curious to learn things, you will excel in your career for sure. And doesn't matter. Don't be afraid of, you know, a senior person is coming to you, and you need to have that sir or ma'am culture. I am a very strong believer that you are at par with any leader or any person in the organization. The only thing that you need to do is you need to speak logically. You need to be very much curious and want to learn new things and explore. It's okay if you make mistakes. I think the biggest and the most successful leader or a person in a corporate career is someone who makes a lot of mistakes and learns from it, and who makes mistakes, learns from it, and come up with a better product in the upcoming time. So in terms of AI learnings, if I were 22, I would 100% want to use AI to do each and everything. But AI is my best friend in the corporate world. So if I am 22, I am a bit intermediate. I'm a bit afraid of a lot of senior folks. I might not go to everyone and talk about very silly things, how I can do X thing or how I can do Y thing, or a simple code mistake that I have. But I can talk each and everything very candidly to AI. That I can just talk about, hey, I don't know how to do this. You please guide me. And AI is my true friend in a corporate or in anywhere. So AI will help me to kind of navigate my life in a corporate when I'm at a very initial stage at my career. The second thing is that AI should be my enabler, but thinking should be from my end itself. So if you are dependent on AI for each and everything, I think that's not the right way to go and excel in the corporate world. So the one thing that you need to do is AI is your best friend, but AI has the knowledge of whatever you will tell AI. If you're not writing the right prompts or not giving the entire context to AI, you won't get the right real outcome that you require. And as a 22-year-old, I think I should always focus on outcomes. So in Amazon, when I was at Amazon, there's a saying called as there's always a day one. So by that they mean is that even if you have completed 15 years at Amazon, but you should be always that curious as you were in your first day at Amazon. And I think that is something I truly believe in. And to succeed in your corporate career, I think that is something which you should do.
Interesting, man. I think what you mentioned, referring to the Amazon's code, it was very interesting. Uh, Day one for each one of us, because we being professionals always consider that we have learned a lot. Somewhere we get on that chair of ego and we stop kind of relearning few things or unlearning few things. This becomes very interesting, and I think every one of us should adopt it. So, coming to the follow up question that I was about to ask you, uh, what I've observed is, since everyone have started using AI, something you mentioned is very true and very correct, which I have experienced. So, for say, let's give an example. I have seen people copy pasting the email and asking ChatGPT to give it a reply. Right. So this is happening same even for college going students. Like they put in their assignment, ask to complete. Also for professionals, like we are providing the product document and asking them to give an entire flow to it. But I feel it's becoming a real life risk because people are not using their brain. People have stopped thinking from that aspect. So what is your thought on that? So as a tech guy who is always curious about learning what's new in tech, what's happening in the technology industry, uh, where is that one line you want to draw? Maybe you don't want AI or any technology to cross it. So what's that one line where you want to draw it? Maybe you don't want that things to be done with any technology. You want yourself to work on it.
I think, irrespective of the role that you are in, I mean, you are in HR, if person is in marketing, sales, support, product, tech. If we are dependent on AI for the decision making, I think then there is a line that we need to draw. Because if AI just has a context that you are giving to AI, if you're not, if you're training AI in such a manner that you're giving entire context, still there is a lot of human psychology and stuff like that which is still missing. Like for example, just to give an example, uh, we were developing something into our product, and we wanted to keep a green for a green flag. I mean something which means positive, and red means negative. So I couldn't think of, that there can be a country wherein green means negative and red means positive. So if you talk about South Korea, so over there the culture insight is that green means negative and red is positive. So if I am developing a product for South Korea or in general across the world, I need to be also very much accustomed to the culture insight that I have. And AI may or may not have it. And similarly, for any decision that we are doing, if I am dependent on AI, I think then there is a big problem. All the repetitive work, all the tasks that can be assigned to someone and can be done quickly is something that AI should solve for 100%. But wherever there is decision making, or wherever you require that human psyche, human touch, is where AI should be there. So, just to give you an example, we have developed a product called as Pulse AI, wherein what we have done is we have built multiple agents which simplifies the guest journey and reduces time for the front desk. So let's say when you go to a hotel, you spend 10 minutes to 30 minutes just for your check-in, right? You first collect the IDs from your friends, you give it to the front office guy, he then scans it, or you give him or her on the WhatsApp. They do something onto their PMS, or by PMS I mean their property management system, the software that they have. And they need to do a lot of manual data entry, and they need to scan and upload things. And you as a guest, you're already there and you are on a vacation, you want to enjoy things, you don't want to waste your time, your half an hour or 30-20 minutes just for that single operation. So what we have done is we have automated this entire flow. So right before the check-in, you get a WhatsApp message, and wherein we ask you for certain details, like your uh, Aadhaar card or a passport or your identification card, and you can also sign digitally, and boom, that's it. So all that time which actually was gone into a repetitive task is completely been done by AI. Next is when you are at the hotel and at 2 a.m. You want to eat up food, like for example you want to eat a pasta. You need to call that front office guy or a restaurant manager and talk about it, right?
Oh, it's a real struggle.
Yeah, and at 2 a.m. you also need to have resources who picks it up. Obviously, a chef is required. So fortunately, I mean AI is not there into much into food industry, but there are certain devices which can make food based on your ingredients, and I think there will be a lot of AI boom over there as well. But right now, there you need a front office guy who is available at 2 a.m. If you need towels at 2 a.m., you again need a front office guy, a room service person to do it. But now what we've done is on your WhatsApp, you just message that, hey, I want food. You get the menu, you just pay it, or even if you don't pay it at the time of checkout, you'll get the payment invoice as well. And a ticket will be created to the food, to the restaurant. Similarly, if you want a towel, a ticket will be automatically being created in the room service agent. So in this way, all the time that is going into a repetitive task, we have automated it. Even during the checkout phase as well. So again, you don't want to spend time checking out, clearing your bills and stuff like that, right? So right before checkout, we again send you a WhatsApp message, which has all the details about the services that you used, the payment that is due, and you can just pay via UPI or any payment method that you have, and you can just hand over your keys and you can just check out. So the time that used to go into a lot of repetitive tasks is something that we want to save for the front office guy and the hotelier, so that the front office guy can now spend time into real hospitality. So by that I mean that why don't you focus on, giving the guest a great experience? Like for example, if you have your birthday and you are going to a hotel, why don't they give you a proper decoration, a cake, and just spend time over there instead of spending time on, hey, I want a towel, I want this and that, and I am occupied into that particular task.
So the operational steps can be automated and individuals can focus more on experience, giving more better experience. That's interesting. That's interesting to know about how Pulse AI is making changes in the hospitality domain. But Karma, like, so I used to read lot many articles on product companies, SaaS companies who are kind of revamping their product through AI. But a biggest question comes into my mind is on adoption. So let's say our product that's automating the check-in completely. But as a product person, are you worried about whether this will take over the human touch from it completely? And will it be kind of a mentality that every hotel owner or any user may have, and that will reduce the adoption rate? What's your thought on that?
So I think human touch 100% has to be there. Now the question comes where that human touch should be and where the human should spend time on. So as mentioned earlier, I think the repetitive operational heavy task can be automated through AI.
Correct.
But I'm going to a let's say a homestay in Taboo, for example. I'm in the mountains. I really want to enjoy, and when I go over there for check-in, if they are welcoming me with a shawl and they're giving me that experience. That is where I want hoteliers to spend time on, and not on the OPEX heavy task, which can be done by someone like a AI agent.
So, Karma, since we are moving on to the end of this conversation, I want to ask a very interesting question. And that is, do you think you are part of a right company? Because I know you have been part of big brands before, you have been working for good companies. So, in the age of AI, do you think you are part of a really good company? If yes, then I want to know why, and why you are so much excited to be part of YCS, and also want to understand what's your vision alongside the company, where this is going to take us in the coming 6 months or 12 months.
I mean, to answer your question, definitely. I think this is a great company to work, and the kind of products that were built right from a tier two city in India, I think that's amazing. It's commendable. So I worked in a lot of big companies. I have stayed outside Surat in the last 10 years. And the one thing that was missing between a tier two located company and a global or a tier one city located company was the exposure that they had. And the learning curve is quite high in terms of if you don't have that exposure. But what I see here is that since AI has come, if I really want to do something, uh, previously I had to depend on a lot of agencies, a lot of research agencies as well to understand how the industry is shaping and how what type of products do we have to build and what is the trend that we need to embark on as well. Now I can just ask to AI. AI can actually go to Statista, other places wherein there is real insight, there is real trends located over there, and it can actually give me what a tier one company can give me. So talking back, coming to the question is that yes, it's a great company to work in, and building right from ground is what YCS as a company has seen, and the motto for us is always to kind of shift fast and fail fast, learn fast, so that whatever we're building, we are not taking that good amount of time to go to market. We build something, we test that market, we see, we hear our customers, and we understand what is the exact requirement. And hence, we are able to come up with such great products like Pulse AI and others. And in general, I think what I feel is that if you really want to work somewhere, you really want to excel over there, and you really want to choose an employer, it's all about the warmth that is there. So it's not always about how big the company is, how big your role is, or how small the company is. It's always about how much comfort that company gives you to learn things, to experiment, and to kind of embark into the next trend. So the AI trend that we have at YCS is amazing. I mean, a lot of folks have did, Claude paid programs, ChatGPT paid programs, and the kind of developments those folks are doing through AI is just amazing. So we have a lot of good AI heroes at YCS. So those are the ones who are the pioneers of using AI and building something which would benefit the company in the longer run. So now we don't require a person to spend 2 days for a task. They can do the task in just like 3 or 4 hours. So eventually, we are giving that value to our customers, wherein there's something called as daily delight in product. So what that means is you ship a particular feature or a particular bug each and every day. So if you get a ticket from a customer, and if it's a small thing which can be fixed and made live at the same day, it's something which is called as a big achievement. And that is not something like a lot of companies can do. A lot of big companies, which are of the size of, let's say, a 10,000 plus employees company, there are a lot of layers in between. There are a lot of approvals, there are a lot of processes. Obviously, processes are something which is important, but there has to be a balance, a trade off on how much processes should be followed and how much AI can help ship those things in just minutes. So that is the goal wherein we are now also able to ship things on a daily basis. And this will eventually help our customers also delight. And that is the end goal that for us, customer is the king or queen. And if we are able to please them and able to solve their real world problems, as a company, we are doing really great.
Great to know that. And thanks, by the way. Like, love the way you have explained it, the entire journey, and how exciting you feel to be part of YCS. So, Karma, one last question from my side, and that is, if I am someone who have not used AI till date, but I want to start using it, what is the right way? What is the right way I should maybe use ChatGPT, Claude, and of course to get the desired result? So what's the right way to use it? Because I think many people are still not aware how to use it right. So maybe we want to hear it out from a person who have been into it for a longer time, who have experienced it.
Okay, so I think before, I mean, I've seen this a lot of times, right? What folks do is that, hey, I'll watch this YouTube video, this and that, and I'll try this AI tool, that AI tool. But eventually, they don't try. So, the number one thing is whatever tool you think is right, you just try. Be it ChatGPT, be it Claude, be it any other tool. First thing is you should try. And second thing is don't don't just think that I have to master the prompt. That is something which you will eventually once you try do a lot of trial and testing. I've seen folks of the age of 50 plus years, they don't want to type, right? And it's a very tedious job. And even a lot of folks don't understand English or they can't speak English very fluently. So they use AI in their own native language. So what they do is they don't type, they just click on the voice command in the chat option and they just speak their mind out that, hey, I want to build, I want to do XYZ things. And this is the entire context in their own language. AI transcribes that and they convert voice into text. It makes its own learning and it gives you a right answer. So, if you're starting fresh, I think take any tool, ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever tool you think is the best in the market as per your requirement, and just try it out. And eventually, you will understand how to approach AI, how to give the right prompt. And my one thing is that don't tell AI that, hey, you do this thing. You first explain AI that, hey, I want to do XYZ things because of XYZ reason. So, I mean, there's this common framework of the four W's and one H, who, why, how, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So, you should answer all those questions and tell AI to prepare a plan. Once AI gives you that plan, you vet that plan, you understand whether it's the right approach AI is taking or not, and then tweak it and then tell AI to build things. This will really help you save tokens because now, as you know, that AI is also, I mean, you will have to spend money to do great things in AI. So you need to optimize on how you are giving prompts, what work you're doing onto AI, and hence the right way is to just test. Eventually you will learn out things and what is the best approach.
Understood. Understood. Interesting. Before we conclude, I want to take you to a quick rapid fire round. So I want you to answer with a word or maybe a one sentence. We'll keep it limited and short.
Should it be diplomatic or it has to be straight?
I think since it's unscripted, so you can go very raw and give us the real actual insight that I mean, you may be doing it on day-to-day basis, using it on day-to-day basis based on that. So chat GPT or Claude?
Claude.
Okay. Most overrated AI application currently?
Most overrated AI application.
Yeah, AI tool, AI application.
I think a lot of them are really great.
Yeah.
So I think something on the video editing side, 11 Labs is great, but I think it's very overrated because they charge a bomb.
Ah. Next is one skill every fresher should learn immediately.
Prompting.
Next is something that even I want to understand. One productivity habit that changed your life.
I think it's taking follow-ups and being top of getting things done basically.
Interesting. I see like you have even integrated Claude to your Slack and now now Claude is taking follow up on behalf of you.
I think right
Interesting.
before this meeting, I mean this podcast
I
as
got a
well.
follow up.
Yeah. So I've trained Claude to do things for me so
That's
that
great.
I don't spend my time.
That's great. That's great. One word to describe the future of SaaS industry.
I think it has to be AI native now.
Ah, that's interesting.
So now the things won't be on subscription.
Correct.
I think the things will be on tokens.
Tokens. Yeah, yeah. What do you believe? Faster execution or perfect execution?
Any day, faster execution and learning from it and building on the mistakes.
Perfect. Perfect. One thing people misunderstand about AI.
Okay. I think they misunderstand that, I will just give it a small, I just tell him that, hey, I want to book XYZ thing without even telling him where I want to go, what date, and giving the entire context.
Correct. Correct.
So the context part is something which folks has to master
Ah.
if they really want to get the most out of AI.
One last question, and that's one leadership quality that matters most in the AI age.
In the AI age,
Yeah.
I think in general I can speak because Um,
So just to give you a little bit more context. So earlier leadership was more about people management. It was all about leading with example. It was all about getting the maximum from your team. But since AI has come, most of these things have kind of evolved, and we are already getting the maximum out of it. So that was the context behind asking this question.
I think AI is the bare minimum. So if I want to hire someone or if I want to work with someone, if they're not using I might not hire them. I mean, if I am hiring someone, even in the interview itself, I won't tell, hey, what you've done, which university you have passed on, which companies you have worked on. I just tell them, hey, I want to see your AI stack. What tools you are using, how much agents you have built, what type of agents you have built, and how you are easing out your own work.
That's crazy.
So I just want to see the mindset of that person, how much AI native that person is. I think that will tell me a lot of things than what their resume will tell me.
Amazing, amazing. So thanks, Karma. It was great to host you. Maybe do you want to give a one-liner to kind of conclude this kind of a message to each individuals who are watching us?
First of all, thanks Sanjay for giving me this opportunity. I think the one line would be that this is an era wherein we have like transformed from the dot-com bubble, from internet, from geo giving everybody free internet, and now is the era wherein it's a big change and it's a fast moving change. I mean, if you don't use AI or jump into the AI boom, AI curve, I think there's a big problem. So don't think that AI is something which is taking your jobs. I think it is a great thing to kind of help you be 10x than what you can right now. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Thanks, Karma, once again.
Thanks Sanjay, and I hope everybody likes it.
Thank you for watching this episode. We would love to understand your thoughts on AI and how you are leveraging the usage of AI in your day to day life. Let us know in the comment section. Also, stay tuned as we will be continuing this conversation happening with lot many insightful speakers in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.